Ladies and gentlemen, ladies, boys and girls, germs and viri of all types and sizes, it's time for another daily dose. This one's going to be a little different. Now, you missed it because I wasn't recording, but the story setups have been completely changed. I mean, some of the old cutscenes are still there. Um, Story cutscenes, like the Numobian Sixth drop onto Tertium and Natoma. Some of it is there, but so far we have seen no mentions of the traitor. If you'll recall, when we first started playing this game almost 3 years ago now, well, 2.5 at the point right this second, um, there was a traitor on board the Morning Star, and it was about the hunt. Part of it was about the cutscenes were about the hunt for that traitor. But with the complete overhaul of everything, including the mission terminal, we get entirely new cutscenes, some story scenes. Like the one I just watched was a story of how after God, I'm stuttering. How Wolfer in the Sixth became corrupted. This after doing the Karnak Twins mission, which is now just in here. I was just playing. All I did was a quick play, and it dropped me into the Karnak mission with a couple others. We completed it, and then we got that cutscene. Now, after watching some of the other daily doses I have posted, you will notice that you will see the new weapons along with the Arbites class. Um, some of which I've used to great effect. I love this frickin' mall. The Exterminator shotgun, which I have not used as much. The suppression shield and maul, which I have not used much of in the last several missions as much. Um, and the Subductor shot pistol and riot shield. And the pistol hits nasty. Make no mistake. It does hit nasty. Ooh, oh my goodness. So not only have we got, and we get new blessings as well. So this update is truly an update to the game. We get a new class. Yeah, we get a bunch of skins if we want to buy the deluxe edition of the Arbites class DLC. You get some extra shit you can't get otherwise. You get the complete and total rework of the mission terminal. You get the addition and changes to the storyline and the NPC lines within the missions and between missions. Like Rolling Steel, when you talk to Kayaks, Kayaks has a whole new spiel. Um, Post missions uh, from Morrow, all new cutscenes there, and all new voice lines. Um, and so what you've seen is a complete, like I said, overhaul of the entire system. Um, Almost. They have not fought, and there has been balance changes to the shotguns and other stuff, um, which were talked about in the development blog. And I am personally very pleased with what has been done. Now, I will say this: I desperately want. I'm grateful for what they've done. I really am. But I would personally like to see um, the second Hive City that was mentioned by the NPCs before in the or by ourselves in missions, our voice lines in missions. Um, the veteran, I think the psyker, or maybe it was Zealot, um, mentions an entirely new city, Hive City, with on on the planet. I want new missions and a new faction within that Hive City. A change, so there's more to do. Um, doesn't even have to be in a Hive City. There's moons around the planet. I'm trying to find one of them. If you look up, there's a nebula up there. That looks like, I mean, there could be a base on that rock up there. I mean, there are, there's a moon around the planet. Yeah, see? There's other planets in the system. There's another planet there. We can go to an entirely different fucking planet. So yeah, I would like to see some, because with the Vox leaks, originally the Wormwood Voxes, they talked about an entirely new faction, which most of us take to be the Gene Stealer cult, and I want that faction. And I want them to figure out a way. And what I would find really interesting is if we wade into a situation with the new Hive City, or an entirely new Hive City on a whole new world or moon, or a base on a moon. Both factions at play. The forces of Nurgle against the Gene Stealer cult and the Tyranids that might be there. Because there's a specific monstrosity they use as an assassin, and that was what was hinted at in the Wormwood leaks, boxes. So this is what I would like to see going forward. I'm not even worried about balance changes at this point. As I said in the beginning of one of the previous videos, I think the last one, I know some people are going to whine and bitch and moan that this game, but with this class, it is too easy. And yeah, especially at the lower levels, it makes it beautiful. I love it. But when you get to the higher levels, it's going to make it. It's still going to be difficult. I want them to leave the balance as it stands right now for all the weapons alone. Because I know they talked in the dev blog, at the bottom of the dev blog, about one of the things they want to do is nerf the Macabian. And I get it. People are using that a lot. It's a favorite. But you don't get people to use other weapons by nerfing the crap out of their favorites. You make buffs and changes to the other weapons. And I would rather them just not nerf it. Make some of the other ones more viable. Like, the Relic Sword is God tier. I love the Blaze Sword. Blaze Force Sword for the Psyker. It and the Macabian are my two main go-tos. And when I'm running Havocs or Oryx, my main go-to staff is the Inferno Staff, hands down. So, yeah. Is this DLC worth it? Absolutely. I actually paid for the expanded version that comes with the skins. Comes with this helmet, for instance. Because I'd been waiting and waiting and waiting. Oh, you get to pet the dog. You get to pet your own dog. You don't get to pet anybody else's. I am the law. Okay. Sorry, couldn't resist. So that was that. Those are some of the changes I want to see going forward. That to me would be, if they did those things, would be the icing on the cake. I wouldn't make any changes to the trees. The only weapons changes I would make, as I say, would be to the one, some of the ones that already exist. Perhaps it will wait. So yeah, like I said, I don't want them to nerf the Macabian. I want them to buff something else. Just a little bit, not a whole lot, and then people will start using something else. That's just my personal opinion. Now, maybe it's because I feel that way because of my experience with Helldivers. Helldivers pissed me off so much. I was having a good time with it, and then they started nerfing everybody's favorite weapons to hell and gone. The railgun. I love the railgun. Everybody loved the railgun. It became the meta. Well, so what if it's the meta? It's fun to use. You don't nerf it to nearly half its fucking power. You fix some of the other weapons so they're up on near par with it. And then, of course, not being content with that, the developers of Helldivers went even dumber and buffed the fucking bugs and the bots. They buffed their defenses and their damage output. Through increasing their numbers. Now they have since fixed their shit, but yeah, I don't want to see anything like maybe that is coloring my perception of their talk of nerfing the sword, Macabian. I don't. It probably is. It's just my attitude is buff something else. Anyway, I'm rambling now. I will let you go. Thank you for watching. ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, germs and viri of all types and sizes, this has been your bearded wolf, God Lobo, with another daily dose.